Hey, this is the Headset Historian, and today I want to take a look at another head strap for the Quest 3. This one is a Halo style head strap, kind of. It's a bit of a weird one. It's from a company I'm sure you've probably never heard of, Transnovo. Empower your connections to possibility. I don't know what that means, but yeah, if it said empower your connections to another reality, maybe that would make sense. It's a possibility. Just in general, this product is going to allow you to do, I guess. Anyway, this is kind of a no-name brand. You know, there's probably a bunch of other names that you could find this head strap under. So, you know, we'll not pay too much attention to the name, but maybe it's an up-and-coming third-party periphery manufacturer, who knows. So I've already taken out the box, I've already used it for a good while. Give this one a fair shake. It's got some really nice features, and it just has one or two small things with it that, if they were addressed, I think this could actually be a really, really good head strap. So the design it's different than you would normally see. So it is a battery bank head strap. It's got a tiny LCD display up here that just shows you how much power is left in it, which is quite a nice feature to have. And it charges by USB-C on the bottom. It's got the sound of that ratcheting system is not good. It sounds very harsh, but it doesn't feel flimsy. It doesn't feel like it's going to break too quickly. It doesn't fill me with confidence, but it doesn't feel like it's going to break all that quickly. So it's middle of the road. It does have a one-touch button release system, which I do love. I think that's a great feature. You also can push it in with that. It kind of, I'm not sure if it gets a bit off axis. No, it seems okay, but yeah, you can push it in with that and then tighten it in a little bit. I really like that. I wish every head strap had that, to be totally honest. It's such a nice feature. I'm not sure, maybe that's something that they don't put in because maybe it like reduces the lifespan of the mechanism. I'm not sure, but as a feature, it's very, very nice. Then you've got this rear cushion that just clips into these 4 points here, and then it also has space for a head strap to go over it. I did try it with the actual, you know, with just a random head strap I had about and put it on, and I didn't find really much addition. This looks kind of like your Halo strap design, but it's actually more on the top of your head. This plastic, in general, the build quality of this it's not great. It's quite flimsy. It does seem to be typically cheaper than your other head straps, so I guess it's got that going for it. And it does have more, you know, points of articulation, so there's more adjustability than most head straps. But like these arms, they're not the worst. It just, yeah, it doesn't feel super high quality, but you know, like this battery bank in particular, the housing on it could have been a bit better, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not a deal breaker. So let's pop it onto the Quest and let you take a look at what it looks like. To put this on the Quest is quite straightforward. It's just the usual thing we've come to expect from Quest style headsets and head straps rather, is just clipping onto these side arms of the Quest itself. There's no need to slide it on or anything like that. You just position it, press it down, it clips in, and it holds solid. And then you have this cable management, so you can pop that wherever you want, and then it pops in. So you can see there's the display. It also has LCD or LED rather indicators, color indicators in the back. It's quite a nice touch, but you know, it's a bit gimmicky. I guess it's handy to see it from a glance across the room. So I suppose it does have functionality there. Like while you're using the headset, obviously it doesn't really have any functionality at the back of your head, but yeah, like, you know, if you have it charging across the room, it gives you an idea. I found when I was using this, the battery bank, I found it was kind of similar to the Bobo M2, where yeah, it would kind of hover about 80%, but I never found that an issue. People were kind of very angry at Bobo VR for the battery bank not charging up to 100%, but for me anyway, it charged to 80% and kept it at 80%. This done the same thing, so personally I don't really see what's the issue. Maybe people will give me a reason for why that's an issue, but as of yet I can't determine what's really the big deal about that. This head strap, it has quite an unusual design. this part here, you can see it sits on the top of your head. So I was expecting it to be like a Halo style head strap, so I was expecting to be able to use it without the facial interface. That is not the case. You really do need your forehead pressing against the forehead pad to be able to actually use this properly. Otherwise it's not stabilized at all, and the head, you know, the Quest 3 itself will wobble about on the front quite drastically. So this isn't really a Halo head strap. It's more of a elaborate, you know, 2-section top strap for the top of your head. I did find comfort wise it was pretty good. The clearance here meant your ears never touched anything, and the articulation is quite nice. You could adjust it, you know, you could get this, if you see here, you can get this right at the base of your head and this right at the top, and that was nice. Like, it actually felt quite comfortable. So this is an interesting design that I want to see done better, and the main issue that I have with it is an issue that I've had with a lot of other headsets, is this back part here, the part that rests at the base of your head. I have fine hair, so if you're someone who's bald perhaps, then you might absolutely love this. It might work really well for you. But if you have fine hair, or hair that's kind of prone to slipping or being, you know, things sliding up it, then this unfortunately just doesn't work. So when I put this on, you know, on the base of my head, this will be there, but over time this will just keep sliding up and sliding up and sliding up, and it never feels as secure as I would like. And I did try removing these cushions and replacing them with those the Hex rubber cushions that Bobo VR have, but it just, no, it still didn't work. And I'm not really sure why that's the case, because, you know, I have other head straps like the Vive DAS, which never has had that issue. So I'm not sure if it's a material thing. I don't really think it is. I think it's to do with the shape of this rear panel. I think you need something that's a bit more concave, that kind of cups a bit more. And yeah, unfortunately for me, that was a deal breaker. I wanted this to be my head strap going forward, but it didn't work out that way, and it's just purely because of this. Perhaps 3D printing a different adapter for it, and, you know, getting something that's a bit more, you know, even those rubbery ones like you'll get on the official Quest head strap, Elite strap, it's got just that kind of rubber base. Those I find work really well. So, you know, the cushioning seems like a great idea because of comfort, but it's really not. And I think it is also the shape. It needs to be, I don't know, it needs to cup underneath more. It's hard to say, because I'm not, you know, obviously a designer of hardware for these purposes, so I don't know what is actually the ergonomics involved there. All I do know is that I can't really use this head strap because it slides up and becomes too unstable. Quickly, in case you're wondering, I've been trying different head straps because I did have the Bobo VR M3, which I really liked, and, you know, the open design like Quest Pro was great, but I've been playing a lot more active games lately, and there is a slight bit of wobble there. So I've been trying to find a head strap that is kind of more traditional Elite style, Vive DAS style, that kind of flat horizontal head strap that kind of clamps straight onto your face, because I find with the Quest 3, because of the weight being so much closer to your face, if you do have a good head strap in that design, the inertia is almost zero. So I've actually grown to prefer that over the Quest Pro design, which might be a bit of a turnaround, because I've always said the Quest Pro design, that open design, is the best style. But, you know, there's still some work there to figure out what exactly is the right one. Bobo M3 with, you know, a forehead cushion might be the ideal one. But anyway, so to cover this is the Transnova battery strap. If you've not got fine hair, maybe if you've got coarse hair, or if you're bald or something like that, then this might be a brilliant head strap. Unfortunately for me, it wasn't, so that's just the case. I have fine hair, and again, it just ends up being a deal breaker because things slide up the back of my head too much. I will implore you, by the way, if you're watching a review of a head strap, please do try to find other reviews of the same head strap from other people, because there's just so many variables that one person's opinion, unless you know that person's exact parameters, you're like, okay, I know that this person has the same hairstyle as me, very similar head shape, then okay, you can go with that reviewer consistently. But if you don't know a reviewer that well, then you really do need to look at multiple reviews of a product like this, because it's going to change from person to person quite drastically. But yeah, that covers it. Just wanted to do a quick short one, and hope you're all keeping well, and take care.